Turnbuckle podcast, bro.
How y'all doing tonight?
We doing good.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little studio work down here. Sorry, I forgot I had this going on today. Honestly, but yeah, getting ready.
Did you get the message that I sent you on?
Yeah, I just got
Instagram?
it too, and like my notification instantly like popped up.
Okay.
I mean, I can go back. I can go there. Yeah, okay. All right. But yeah, I got the message and all that, so I just got on here as quick as I can. Me and the guys had like studio promo works doing today, so it was pretty good today.
Okay. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty. Kept back and forth, but we already sorted it out. So hold on one second.
Somebody is echoing.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I still hear it.
Oh, that's weird.
Is it me?
No.
It's probably me.
Ginger's saying it's you, Barz.
I don't know why I'm not going. What?
No, I'm not echoing. Oh, yeah. I'm echoing too.
Hey,
hello?
Barz, mute up real quick. Okay, is it still echoing? All right. I'm gonna mute up with Barz. Jay, you talk. Diego, the chat is saying leave the app, go to your text messages, and then come back.
Okay.
However see fit. So.
It seems to be that it's gonna be Diego's in the echo. I don't know why. I'm not the tech genius here. That'd be Barz.
All right, so let's if Diego don't mind, let's try to go over to my live and see if it'll stop. If it doesn't stop, what we do is if it's okay with Diego, we'll shoot over to YouTube and do like we originally planned, and then if it's still cool with it, we'll backtrack because it's like real loud right now. Unless y'all want to just go straight over to YouTube and then come back over here. Which one y'all prefer?
I mean, I felt like I should mute my mic until I like talk.
Do you have AirPods?
I actually do.
That might be the problem.
Okay, I actually
let's see if that'll get rid of the echo.
Give that a try real quick. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think the echo's gone because I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore neither.
I'm still muted. I was muted for the time being, but I can hear.
Yeah, so yep. All right, so we good. So we ain't gotta go nowhere. So we good. We good. However y'all want to start it off. You could just do it like that.
Let's first introduce ourselves officially to Diego. I'm gonna start first. as as the flyer said, I'm Jay Styles, the other Uso, the wrestling historian. Then to my partner, to my bottom left, is Barz Media Wrestling. And up top, of course, Darkwing Dubb, the one who reached out to you, asking you to do this interview with us. So we normally start where whoever initiated the interview is the one who asked the questions first. Then it usually goes to either myself or to Barz in a rotational order. So just that's how we do this format, this podcast interview. Just to give you a heads up.
Okay.
You muted, bro.
Yeah, I can't hear. Nah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. Whew, one day we'll get this right. Mr. Diego Hill, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for joining us on our platform. It is much appreciated. We know that your time is valuable, so it's very much appreciated.
I appreciate y'all for having me. For real.
First and foremost, I can you tell our chat a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I can first start off saying that I'm a young black Puerto Rican who graduated in like the coastal side of North Carolina. Um, at times it was like rough for me, especially as a young black man. You know how it is, rough for us. At the time when I was graduating, I immediately thought I was gonna go and like to the military or into college, but then I felt like both of them wasn't for me. Kept getting jobs, but you know how that goes. Once you get jobs, it's like you get a job and you can't keep it, or it's like you get a job and you try your best and you're not making enough money. But at times when I was making jobs, I was also hanging around with people that, weren't good. How do I say it? Like good, good lookups. I can say that. Good lookups to a point to where I couldn't stay out of trouble. But at the time, when I was still in those situations of a trouble, my actual um, godbrother had pulled me to the side, and he was like, "You should get wrestling a try." And at first I thought about it, and it was like ever since I heard of wrestling, the first thing I can think of is Rey Mysterio, because like he is a true influencer in the game. You know, uh, when I thought about giving that a try, it was like, okay, yeah, that's what I want to do this. And, ever since then, like ever since I became a professional wrestler, it has changed my life, like from left to right, for me showing the world what I'm capable of, and like believing in people who like look up to me and also say like, yes, you can. And even if they say no, fuck it, make them say yes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. So you brought up Rey Mysterio. Was he like your wrestling hero per se?
Pretty much. Pretty much. He was like my wrestling hero growing up. That's what like back in him and like made me really love him was like back in his WCW days, especially when like him and Conan would just like, have that duo. It was just like so unstoppable.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's fair to say that Rey Mysterio is the reason why you went into wrestling instead of doing something that I personally did. I'll tell you is I joined the army. So why did you feel wrestling was the better way for you?
You know, a lot of people say like wrestling is the better way because like it changes people's life. I feel like wrestling is the better way because it like helped me like showed how to be a better man, and it like shown me to like be a better person in and outside of the ring. It was like those points were like I never thought like sports could like help you be like more responsible. So I wasn't saying like, okay, I choose it just for it to save my life. I choose it for me to have a better mindset, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of mindset, does mental? How does your mental? What is your mental health like being a Puerto Rican slash black man in the wrestling business? I know we have Ashe that we can lean back on, but outside of Ashe, how does that play in your mentals?
It could play a lot of ways. Especially if I'm like back in Mexico. I've always had that mindset. Okay, they see a black person, but they don't know if he knows Spanish a little bit. Or if it's like I'm in America, and they'll be like, oh, okay, this guy he's real humble, but is he really Puerto Rican? But it's like I tell people, it's like, yeah, I'm a black Puerto Rican. It's because I grew up around this shit. I was raised by this shit. I bleed this shit day in and day out. It's just more importantly that it lets me be me. Like it could be a first day, I could be a black man tomorrow, and then the next day be a Puerto Rican man. It doesn't matter. I bleed that shit regardless. For me to say that I still stand up, represent my people, my culture, I can say a mindset with that. I stay humble. I stay proud. I stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? No matter what way I could go, and that's just everywhere I go. I was in Puerto Rico like 5 months ago doing the show. I had I had the mindset of feeling blessed because they blessed me. They made sure I represent them, even though I was raised as an American. I still they still chose me as them.
Out of curiosity, do you speak Spanish?
I do. I do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Represent both ways, man. Represent your black side and your Puerto Rican side. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll let the one of the co-hosts get some questions in.
Diego, once again, thanks for coming in. Welcome to this podcast. So my question to you is, I did some background check, or else I wouldn't be the historian that I am. When you do your introductions, when we're ringing up to do your introductions, they mention most of the time you being from the island of Puerto Rico, as well as representing the 757540 area code in Virginia, which is the Panhandle Tidewater area of Virginia Beach as well. Being a Washingtonian myself from the DMV, I take pride in that. How does that make you feel when a ring announcer announces that your dual homes like that, Virginia Beach as well as Puerto Rico?
It makes me feel like that I'm making, like I said, making my people proud. And not just Puerto Rico, not just North Carolina, but also Virginia, a place where I was born. You know what I'm saying? And I've performed there a couple of times, and the energy over there is just so different. It's so different, and it really means where it's like a state full of lovers, and that's all we are, is lovers. And we show that any opportunity we get, we gonna fucking take it, and we love that shit.
Appreciate the answer, Mike. My next question for you is your style, being a high flyer. You mentioned Rey Mysterio being a huge influence as far as you becoming a professional wrestler. Is that part of the reason why you chose your wrestling style to be a high flyer was because of Rey Mysterio, or was it just something that just naturally fit your athleticism?
I felt like it naturally fit my athleticism because also I did like I said I did a lot of sports when I was little. I did basketball. It wasn't. I realized that wasn't really my sport. I did football. It really wasn't my sport. But I grew up playing soccer, and one thing with soccer is I've always loved to run a lot. And so when I like first, got in the ring, and I was like, it's a funny story. And I just immediately started running the ring. And I guess I think of my style is like a cardio. Because, like, y'all seen how I'm moving. It's just like Sonic Hedgehog in that motherfucker. Just Sonic Hedgehog in that motherfucker. It was like, once I just, like, start going in that ring, it's more like, yeah, I knew this sport was meant for me. It's just because it's a good cardio.
Okay. Appreciate that answer. Let's talk about your signature move, the dive bomb, the high flying phenom, and the DH driver thunder press. Tell me about how those names came about. From your nickname, which is the dive bomber, the high flying phenom, and then your signature moves, the DH driver and the thunder press. Who came up with that idea? Who shared the idea with you, and how did you end up just making it your own, so to speak?
It was crazy. Yeah, it was funny though. I would tell you about the hot fly phenomenon name, and I'll also tell you about the dive bomb. But I got to tell you that in order because the hot fly one came first. Um, so it was funny though because I was actually wrestling under the name at first when I first started was Ace Diego. And that was like back in late 2019. I was like a little luchador or whatever doing my little gimmick. So when it's funny story. I always tell people this, but when I first met Kobe Carino, he kidnapped me to another school. When I love to say kidnapped, 'cause that's what he kind of did, but it was like he just took me to his school, and so realized that. But I kept the name of the legacy Diego going, because that's like what my family pretty much used and all, and that's what the name they gave me, and I lived with that ever since. And so they always said I always had to come up with a signature name or whatever. So I thought of a signature name and I was like, okay, I'm a high flyer. But then like, ooh, I also Rey Mysterio wasn't also just the only person I grew up watching. It was also AJ Styles, and he always called himself the phenomenal AJ Styles. So I was like, okay, what if I just call myself the High Flying Phenomenal? You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that got a little clap or whatever, and then let that slide for like what, a year or two. And so then while I was on the road with Kobe or whatever, still using that catchphrase or whatever, high flying phenomenon, Diego here, yada yada this, yada yada that. I met a guy named Ash Samuel, and he's like good with like a whole bunch of people that are on TV right now. Like, you name it, he's met on. Honestly, he's the producer for Catalyst Wrestling in New York. Really good friend. And he's helped me with a lot. So then I told him about my catchphrase, and so then by like my little signature name or whatever, Hop on Phenomenon. And so then, what do you know later? He was like, "Nah, I don't like that. Like, your moves are a high flyer, but you don't need to call yourself a high flyer. If anything, call yourself the dive bomb." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So right then and there, I think about it. Once I feel like, okay, dive bomb, I can make a character out of that because it's like I dive and I'm the freaking bomb. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I do a dive, okay, I have people exploding like a bomb. It makes sense. So ever since like I chose that name instead of the Hotline Phenomenon, I felt like the dive bomb actually got my name out more to the world than Hotline Phenomenon did. So I was blessed with Ash Samuels giving me that signature name. Honestly.
Okay. My next question for you. Excuse me. You did you had a meetup with Dante Martin with over in the AEW. Can you highlight for us those who haven't seen the YouTube uh video on that? Can you kind of like give us a little breakdown of that whole situation with you meeting up with Dante Martin? How that came about and how it unfolded in the end?
It was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? No hate against Dante Martin. I guess I could just say it was just one of those days when it's like you're working TV stars and they're going through an injury, so they feel like if they give it all, they're gonna go back to that injury. But meeting him, really cool guy. You know what I'm saying? No, no hate against them, but I just wish me and him had like would have had like a better match at Denver, honestly, because it wasn't at AEW that we actually met. It was at Denver.
Okay. My last
Yeah.
question for you, Diego, before I switch over to my co-host Barz. If you could create your own Puerto Rican bloodline, past or present, of Puerto Rican wrestlers, who would you choose?
Okay. I would definitely choose uh Theo Vega, um, Chicky Star, Carlito, Primo, and my good old friend Katana from the island.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Damon Priest.
Oh shit, yeah, also Damian Priest. That's crazy because I've met him like I think it was 8 months ago. I guess I didn't really tell him my name or anything. It was just one of those things where I walked by him, shook my hand, and then just went on about it.
What about Mammy Zena Vega? Would she be in the bloodline as well?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna keep
Okay.
on making. I'm surprised I didn't mention her. You know,
Okay. Okay.
for real.
Well,
Oh, matter
thank
of
you
fact,
for.
bring all of them. Bring all of them. Name all of them. Yeah, I will definitely build a legacy for Puerto Rico. That's my name.
Thank you for the questions, brother. And I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, Barz. I know he's burning up with some questions for
Yeah, thank you for being on the pod with us this evening, Diego. We gratefully appreciate it. Um, my first question is TNA. TNA, total nonstop action. You had a banger with a wrestling legend in the name of Koshida. Tell us about that match. How did it go down, and what transpired between you and TNA afterwards?
You mean MLW?
Hmm.
You mean MLW?
Was it what? Okay, yeah, my bad. It was on MLW. It was on MLW. But yeah, go ahead. My mistake. My mistake. I just now
It's all
remember it
good.
was
It's
on.
all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I first had got that email from Major League Wrestling, I never thought they were gonna ever email me again. So thinking it back like 2 years ago, they they hit me up back when Casey Navarro was still wrestling there, and I was supposed to wrestle him, but then I had missed my flight. So then I guess they was just like, oh well, we don't need you no more. So then ever since then, I just was in my head, kept grinding and grinding and grinding till I just couldn't grind no more. And then once later to a point to where I started collecting 6 belts, which I can say has been the biggest accomplishment in my professional wrestling career, is holding 6 professional wrestling belts. And then I guess a couple months later, they emailed me back, and it was like, "Hey, we want to offer you another contract, 2-year deal, more pay." And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" But they wanted me to keep the contract on the low until they announced me a match. And I'm thinking it's just one of the original guys, honestly. But once they had announced it, I figured out. I just like legit saw that I'm wrestling a New Japan professional wrestling legend like Kushida. And as soon as I look at my phone, I'm trying hard not to shit myself. And I'm just like, holy shit. Now I really got to show these motherfuckers I'm TV ready. Like, todo voda la gorda. It was all crazy. And like, estaba pasando muchas cosas. Like, it was so mind blowing to a point to where I thought I had goosebumps going on. To a point to where I actually shook someone's hand to a person that I've been watching ever since I was like 13, and to like me experiencing my skills, showing him what I'm capable of, proving to him that I can hang with one of the best legends there is. And he was one of the best legends. For me to have that opportunity and to the ring with Koshida, and that right there, I could say, like, really blew my mind and made me go to the top.
Yeah,
And
I watched that match. That match was a banger. I watched it like three times. Three
and,
times I
and you know
watched
what
it.
the crazy part is? After the match, too, he pulled me to his side. He was like, "Listen to me." He's like, "Listen to me." He's like, "You have so much potential. You have a bright future. Keep doing what you're doing." And like for a legend, a former WWE stars are like come up to me afterwards and say that means that I'm just like doing my job, but still also keeping that humble mindset.
Yeah, I think it's very humble. You know, it's very important to stay stay grounded. I mean, in especially in professional wrestling, because you know when you skyrocket to the top, it is so easy to get off rail. You know, and get big headed. But when you stay grounded and you have positive influence around you that keep you grounded, the sky is always the limit, because regardless of that, you know, your peoples will let you know what I mean, what is going to be for you moving forward. So yeah, that's very, very, very important. Another question I have for you is, have you ever wrestled in New Japan?
Never,
Wow.
never. But I would love to.
Wow. I think for your in ring move set, I think New Japan Strong would be dope. I think that would be fire to see you in New Japan Strong,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
especially with a lot of the guys that came through that facility. You know. Another question: Arshay Wrestling. Are we going to see you on that platform again? And if so, when?
You know, all I can say is that point. Nunca pensé que estaría aquí en hacer wrestling. But for them to like give me that opportunity really means something. But I can't promise you that I'll be back there or I will never be there. But I can say all I can do is just leave it in God's hands. You know what I'm saying? He was Darius Lockhart was impressed with my match. Apparently he sees potential in me, so why wouldn't he book me in the show? But I know I'm gonna be back on the show for sure. For sure. I don't know when, but soon.
We definitely would like to see you back on the show. We definitely would for sure. I got a lot of other questions, but I want to shoot back up to Dubb and see what he got, and then we'll just continue the rotation.
So, mostly throughout your career, you've been a face, or what they consider a face.
Yep.
Do you see yourself going heel, and how would that look for you?
Ooh. You know, you were the first person to ask me that. I don't know. You know, I'm, I don't know. I could do it, but then I don't know. But I wouldn't tell you either. You're gonna see it coming out of nowhere, like everyone else.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I think a lot of people, especially these days, they tend to lean more on the side of the heel over the baby face. Kind of like a lot of people are disliking Cody Rhodes these days, and they're leaning more towards whoever the heel is that he's feuding with. So I would definitely like to see how would look for you.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Um, Surprisingly, this question is kind of like out there. Your match with Lance Archer. Can you tell us about that? How that elevated your status in the indie thing?
It's crazy because I was doing backstage there. I wasn't even prepared to have, honestly. It was so funny too because it was me, Bojack, Mikey Banker, and Josh Fuller. We were just in like the crowd seats, just doing whatever before the fans had come in. And so then I guess I had sit down, and then Mikey goes, "Damn it, Diego!" And so then Lamp Archer just comes out of nowhere. He points at me. He goes, "Diego," and I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, cool. We have a match together, 5 minutes." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then he goes, what stuff do you do? I was like, well, I'm more of a high flyer. That's it. It's like, okay, cool. This is going to be fun. So right then the bell rings. Uh, there was this spot we were supposed to do. He whips me to a corner, and I told him I do this week thing. And I told him I was going to hit him on the Izzy. But somehow it happens. I hit him with the Izzy, but I didn't expect him to like immediately have his head to it and then run. Like as soon as like my foot connects right to his forehead. So it was like right then and there, I hit him there, and we immediately went for the cutout spot. Was for me to springboard to like a crossbody, and him just headbutting me or whatever down. So after we did that, boom, all I can see is just blood gushing down his forehead, and I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up. But in reality, the funny thing is, he was not mad at all. He loved every bit of
That's one of the great things about Ring of Honor matches is that a lot of the veterans that participate in it, and um, when they go up against up and coming talent like yourself, there's no grudge. It's a they're there to help put you over. So I felt like seeing the highlights of that match, in my opinion, helped elevate you further than what you already were at that time back in April.
it. Exactly. I felt it helped me really a lot. And I mean, like having that Ring of Honor spot, and I guess I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And that's traveling around.
You mentioned your six titles that you have had or current. Do you still hold all six, by the way?
Oh yes. So I'm the double champ at United Pro Wrestling. I'm their international champion and their light heavyweight champion. I'm defending my belt tomorrow in Slangerton, Pennsylvania, um, for the PPW Television Champion. I'm also one half of the PWF Tag Team Champions at PWF with Bojack, um, AML Prestige Champion and Winston-Salem, and Extreme Shock Wrestling East Coast Champion and Kingston, North Carolina. I'm surprised I don't remember all of that, honestly.
All right. So my last question before I hand it over to my boy Barz. Have you heard of a promotion here in the DMV area called Maryland Championship Wrestling? If so, could we possibly ever
I've
see?
heard of them. I've just been waiting on them to DM me. Tell them to DM me. I will be there quicker than a heartbeat. If that's what I tell with promoters. If you just DM me, I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right, I'm gonna tell you this, Diego. If you actually get on the card, link up with me. I would love to have a one-on-one interview with you, so we can put it on Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle as an exclusive. Because I'm
Oh
in
yeah,
this,
for
like I
sure.
say, I'm in the DC area. Just follow me back. I already followed you. I know your stuff is private. Just follow me back, bro. Once you get a confirmation on that, let's link up so I can do an exclusive interview so we can put this on Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle, bro.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm gonna hand it back over to my co-host Barz. I know he got some more questions to follow up with.
Yeah, so speaking of promotions, have you ever heard of a promotion called Fourth Rope? Fourth Rope.
I've heard of them. I've heard of them, and just know I got some unfinished business with their champ too. If he's still the champ there, I'm talking about the future member of the bloodline. Whenever he's gonna take his ass over there. So I'm just like, hey, yo. I mean, last time me and him scrapped was at WrestleMania, but it was I know it wasn't a one-on-one match, but I'm just saying though, he did something that I didn't like. He whipped me off and then hit me with the biggest back body drop that I've ever taken in my time, and I just can't let that. So if they ever book me, I'm pulling up on Zilla Fox 2. I'm sorry, I'm pulling up on Zilla Fox 2.
Well, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. And it's crazy because I didn't know that you guys actually had a match or actually encountered one another in the ring. I didn't even know that. I asked you off the strength of like, trying to see like what other promotions would even strike your interest. But now that I know this, I'm definitely going to go watch now. Cause I'm a big, big, big fan of West Side Gun and what he's doing over there with professional wrestling.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Also, have you heard of a promotion called GCW?
oh yeah, yes I have. I've worked there a couple of times. I just wish there was one of those moments where I could have worked there constantly. But then I get it with the budget and the traveling issues, and that I'm probably not a big enough star to be there casually they thought that I was. But now doing to me like now having a contract, I can actually work for them for like 2 years because it's kind of like we're in competition. So I understand that. So yeah.
Um, Continuing with the promotion thing. I remember I mentioned TNA and got the mixed up with the MLW thing, so I want to backtrack to TNA. Could you ever see yourself in TNA, and could you ever see yourself working in the X division?
Oh yeah, of course. Believe it or not, I've actually competed for the X Division title when Mustafa Ali had the belt.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I just wish it was at a TNA show, but it wasn't. It was at one of the local shows in North Carolina. But I was like
Hmm.
behind the scenes ref to get that opportunity to like face him for the X Division title,
Hmm.
and for him to see me fit perfect for the X Division, I'd be like, oh hell yeah, I would love to give that a try. Whenever if it gets the opportunity, oh yeah, I would love it. I felt like their energy, especially back taking it back to what 20 years when it all started. It's just the energy over there, just so different. And that's what made me love wrestling.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. Have you ever worked overseas before?
I don't think I have.
Okay. Okay. Would you consider doing that? Like, especially with your Latino heritage, would you ever
Oh
consider
yes,
working
for
like the
sure, for sure.
CMML? Would you ever consider doing the
Oh yes,
AAA?
oh yes, for
Um,
sure, for sure. CML, AAA, all the other places. Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely can definitely see you working a match with Mystico. I think that would be fire.
Oh yeah.
I think Mystico would be dope. Yeah. My last question, and I want to stick with the promotions. Have you ever worked a match with Caribbean Championship Wrestling?
I don't think I have. I've worked with all Caribbean wrestlers, but not Caribbean.
Okay, so it's probably the same promotion then. It's probably the same promotion. But
I
if
know the owner up there is named JB Cool. But that's what y'all talking about.
okay. We might be talking about the same promotion. Is it? Is it? Because I know the one promotion that has Caribbean in it. I think Mark Henry's like one of their
Yep.
like commissioner or something like that.
All Caribbean. Yep.
Okay, all right. So we talking about the same promotion.
Yep.
So how was the experience over there?
It was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But not for me to like shit on JB or anything. 'Cause like I love JB with all my heart. It's just
Hmm.
to one of those things. It's like if you say you're gonna take care of something, take care. Like
Hmm.
don't wait till the last minute. And it's like don't ignore your phone calls and you know you're getting called. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. It's just like lack of communication when it's about this. And that's one thing I don't.
Hmm. I definitely been keeping track of a lot of the Caribbean promotions. I've been keeping track of all the other promotions. Any promotion that's promoting, you know what I mean, as far as the culture, I've been definitely keeping track of, and I think it's important for wrestlers of the culture too to like also you know, be up in there as far as like these promotions too, because I just think it's dope, especially now we're in a time where there's there's promotions everywhere. Like there's no like we can't there's no excuse now. Like, before there was only one promotion that was dominant over everything, and that was WWE. Now we have WWE, AEW, TNA, NXT, you name it. So it's like it's expanded past what anybody would have thought of. So like I definitely would like, what I mean, to see more of that. Um, I'm gonna push the questions back up to Dubb and go from there.
Where do you see your career in the next 5 years?
You know, I can see it anywhere. I could see myself still working for MOW or other bigger promotions. I just see myself just going on and like putting myself on a bigger
Ultimately, where would you like to end up? Because you got the two bigger companies out there battling for superstars every day, WWE and AEW. Where do you see yourself?
I would say AEW. AEW.
Is there a reason why you say that?
Because I felt like, honestly, nothing against WWE. And it's like, I feel like if I sign with them, I'm going to have to change everything I work on. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to change my name. I'm going to have to change my character. I'm going to have to even change my whole moveset that I've worked for years. You know what I'm saying? But while AEW, why they can still let me work other indie shows, still on TV, making more money, and, and I can still do what I want and let me be me. As long as I'm still showing up on time and on the job and doing what I was told, then yeah,
Do you have, well, before I ask that question, do you think WWE is messing up with their lack of pushing black wrestlers?
absolutely, absolutely. And I would say this because I don't give a fuck. There are so many talented black people that WWE is not looking at or should look at. Like, think about it. The first black person when I think of that was in like WWE, the first person I think of is Swerve. Because he he made history. He made history in AEW, but he could have made history also in freaking WWE with the North American champion, the United States champion. Like I felt like they could should have pushed him a little bit more, if that makes sense. Um, It was also Bobby Lashley when he came back. They didn't take him as serious as they used to back in what 2005, 2006. That Bobby used to kick ass. You know what I'm saying? And now when he came back, they had him do some bullshit with goddamn Rusev. With his damn wife. Like, come on, man. We can't think of anything better than that. And I'm sorry if I'm going off on this line, but it's like, yes,
Do your thing,
us
man. Do your
as
thing.
young black men, and I'm just talking black wrestlers in general, we are fucking talented. So people need to open their fucking eyes. And I mean this with every soul of my heart. As a young black man, we are talented. We're getting tired of being pushed to the fucking sideline. We're taking it all. And I'm sick of us being so fucking nice to being told no so many goddamn times. No, it's our fucking time. And we're gonna make it our time. By any means fucking necessary. Point blank period. Thanks. Thanks.
If you were Carmelo Hayes, would you leave?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, there. I know between us three and a few other content creators for wrestling, there has been a lot of discussion about the lack of representation, especially when it comes to the men. You know, the women they got a little bit, but they could also be better. You know, they got Bianca Belair, they got Jade Cargill, they got Naomi, but there could be more. You know what I mean? How do you feel? This has been a big thing the past week about Jacob Fatu using that word.
You know, it's crazy. 'Cause, you've got them, and this is what I'm talking about, like outside of this, like this. You know what I mean? This is right here, like coming straight from the heart, and like coming talking straight us to like us as people. Okay, we always got them people that says it a lot. Hell, I even got white friends that say it. You know what I mean? But and to a point to where I guess people say it because they're from the hood, or if you know, like you from the hood type thing. But it's like with that, I don't take offense to that. Not one bit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And knowing Jacob Fatu, he's actually from the hood. I've like met that dude in person. He says that shit all the time, so that shit never bugged me. But with him being in a situation that he's in right now, I honestly felt like it is fucked up because he's not just fully Samoan; he's also black too. You know what I mean? But I guess that's just how they work nowadays. It's like you gotta be behave in and outside. But it's just like him rapping about his struggles, him like saying that he came up from the bottom, like, and then for him to just use that word, I I understand, but then I don't understand if that makes
Absolutely. I think we've had us three have had a few discussions about that, and I'm of the mindset of does it bother me? Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't use the word. So I figure with me not using the word, I know Barz has said the same thing. With me not using the word, I don't feel like you should be using the word. I feel like if we want people to stop saying it, it starts with us.
sense. Yeah, true.
Um, let's get back to the wrestling. If you, who would be your dream opponent, past and present?
Okay, so the past I would go with Two Cold Scorpio. The present I could say I could also choose him as the past too. Would be amazing red.
How do you feel about
Like,
Dom Mysterio?
oh yeah, I would wrestle him. Let's have a Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Hey, sign me up. I'm here for it. Go ahead, Jay. I'll let you get it.
Devil man, you stole my question. But I'm gonna coattail off of that, Diego. I'm gonna coattail off of Dale's question. What about Leo Rush, my boy up here from the DMV? That's my personal dream match for you. Cause I feel like both of you, Leo Rush.
Oh yeah, I want that smoke. Real rush anytime, any place. I hope I work him soon. I
I'm,
hope
I'm
you.
gonna let him know because I know his dad. I know him personally. I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna reach out to him and say, hey, Diego Hale said, anytime, any place, let's get it on. I think the perfect promotion to promote that match, honestly, would either be in AEW or in Ring of Honor. You going back to Ring of Honor and having a match with him would be phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Also, you mentioned your bloodline stable, Carlito in particular. Now that he's in full control over his dad's promotion, are you entertaining the idea of doing some scheduling events in that promotion?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I always represent my people, my culture. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And to make the pride of Boricua, you know, proud, and, to represent, of course, you know. And I
Are
always
you
love to represent my people.
are you aware that next year's Puerto Rican Day in New York, they are Damian Priest and Zelina Vega are trying to organize a indie show there. Would you be interested in that next year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would be interested.
And my last question before I hand it back over to Barz, what more can we expect for the remainder of 2025 from you as far as on the indie scene and possibly, like you mentioned, going over to AEW or possibly to TNA?
Expect the unexpected. Expect me to get more opportunities that I've been having in this past 2025. These past couple months, former WWE stars, current TNA stars, current AEW stars, I want more. Necesito más, and I need more.
You gotta get yours before I gotta get mine.
Exactly. That's how the game goes.
And on that note, I'm gonna hand it back over to my boy Bob.
All right, so I got a few lined up. How important is mental health as far as professional wrestling? And I've asked this question, you know, other times with other athletes, and everybody has different answers. So I want to hear yours. How important is to have mental stability in professional wrestling?
I feel like it's very important. I feel like it's okay to get emotional, but don't let the emotions get out of hand. That's just my only fear with the mental. And I feel like that's why I always tell my people, but you always gotta have that humble mental, you know. And it's like with wrestling, of course, it can sometimes fuck you up, especially when motherfuckers say like harsh things to you. And, then that's just something in the game we're just gonna have to take. And like they say, wrestling don't owe you a damn don't. And I kind of learned that the hard way. I honestly did when I first. But for me, it's just being humble and not like let the emotions get to me. Is just it's just I can say crazy, but good at the same time. Because then it shows that I can take anything now to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. Your first day of wrestling training, what was that like? What was the experience like? We talked about mental. How was you feeling in that point of time, your first day of training?
I felt like at first when I got there, I've had a humble mindset, but they were doing a little joking around, but yet I thought they were joking around with me. They were kind of joking around with me to a point, but then I was just taking this serious as like this shit's gonna be my job type deal. But once the first day I went there, and then like at the end of the first day, I had to do one more thing, and that's take shots.
Mm.
So after that, I was into that mindset up to a point to where I was ready to fight. Yeah.
What so all right, so I'm gonna ask you, this is a added question. So what chop would you rather take? Would you rather take a New Japan chop or a UK chop? Because both of those chops are very
I'd rather
similar.
I'd rather take a Mexican chop, honestly.
A
A
Mexican
Mexican chop. A Mexican chop.
why a Mexican chop? Is it a difference?
I mean, there really ain't no difference. Japan and Mexico, they hit pretty hard. UK, I
Mhm.
never felt a UK chop before, but I hope so soon. But I feel like they'll hit pretty hard. But I would say like the hardest I've ever felt was a Mexican chop, and that was
Okay.
like a overhand chop.
Mhm. Yeah, I've seen I know for one thing, one guy that throws some heavy hands is Walter, aka Gunther. His chops be vicious. And then another person that throws some heavy chops is Sheamus. And
Oh
then,
yeah.
if you really want to get into the history of chopping, one of the main guys that used to do it for a living was Ric Flair. Ric Flair used to chop people out their boots, and it used to be crazy. But yeah, I felt like asking that question because I know, like, for some of the wrestlers, that's almost like an initiation type of thing. Like, if you could take one of them
Oh yeah.
chops, then you good to go.
Brother, I had to take like 10 chops from each student the first day. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. So, because I remember seeing this one interview with this one particular wrestler, and he was like, yeah, they were chopping him out his boots at training. So, like, yeah, I get it for sure, for sure.
History
Um,
lesson. History lesson, guys.
Oh yeah.
Flair Flair got the chop from Wahoo McDaniel. Wahoo
Oh,
taught Ric Flair how to chop like him and take it to a whole different level.
but
We lost that. He'll be back.
yeah,
I
he'll
know
be
he'll be
back.
back.
We can just chit chat until he
Yeah,
comes back.
yeah. So he basically was talking about how both products. He felt that both products were not that good right now. So I was trying to explain to him that that's a negative because I said one product right now is against the ropes and it's doing counter booking to like combat with the other product, while the other product is not even worried about the counter booking. They're getting back to their roots. So me personally, I feel like at this point right now that AEW is the better product because they're getting back to what made them who they were. And if they stay that way, I'll surely but surely they're going to elevate over WWE. Maybe not elevate over WWE financially right away, but as far as wrestling, as far as the content, yes, they will. And he gonna
And as
agree.
far as the global acceptance, because remember they've had a handful of matches overseas, particularly in the UK,
Hmm.
and did pretty damn well as far as selling tickets. You know,
Yeah.
um, I would like to see. moving forward. In AEW, definitely some more international matches, but I want to see some international matches similar to what the East has done, like in Puerto Rico. I want to see some matches down in Mexico, believe it or not. Even though AAA is part of WWE now, or TKO has dissolved AAA, but there's still other Mexican promotions down there.
They were just in Mexico City with CMLL.
They were, but what I'm saying is there's still other promotions out there, Dubb, that we don't know about because we don't hear about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a Mexican or luchador wrestler came into WWE, most of the time now you're going to automatically assume that they've been with AAA before or they're a AAA product, but it's more than AAA. And Lucha Underground wasn't really a true wrestling promotion. It was a reality show competition, to be honest with you. So we just need to see more of what AEW has to offer. You know, if they can get down to Brazil, you know, Brazil is a hot wrestling country, believe it or not, in the Latin American community. You know, they can get down there and promote some of the stuff down there, something that WWE hasn't done in years. They could, like I said, the global expansion will, you know, be on an equal playing field, so to speak.
I made a whole video about it. Once AEW stopped worrying about what WWE was doing, their product jumped. And then you saw that WWE got into a panic, and now they want to counter program AEW every step of the way, which is dumb because we've also seen the decline of WWE's product. They're rushing through storylines now. Their pay-per-views are rushed. Like Evolution, it's rushed. That is super rushed, and it's a disservice to the women. It is a disservice to the women that has earned this pay-per-view for themselves. SummerSlam. Do we even know, other than Cody Rhodes and John Cena, what the hell is going to happen at SummerSlam?
No.
So it's funny because I tried to explain that. To him in the comments. I tried to tell him, like, everything you said, I said it to him. I said, man, listen, I hear you, and I know that AEW is not perfect, but I also know too that once Tony Khan started listening to the fans and stopped focusing on what WWE was doing, the product gotten 10 to 20 times better. And we, the wrestling fans, noticed it, you know.
Yep.
And we
who really got in his ear? You know the three people who got in his ear the most? Tony Khan's ear, Jim Ross, Jericho, and you'll never guess who the third one is.
Who?
Paul Wright, the Big Show.
There you go.
Jim Ross told Tony Khan, if you are a nostalgical wrestling fan as you claim to be, because remember, AEW wasn't just all about New Japan, Ring of Honor. They were doing a lot of Jim Crockett promotion type of storytelling, if you will, or character development, if you will. You know, and now Jim Ross said, go back and watch those films again. Expand on it. Big Show told him, okay, so you're throwing in some WCW elements to it. Blend it. Right? Jericho said,
oh,
be
Lord,
more
Star's
creative.
back.
Okay.
No, I said Star.
Yeah, can you see if Diego
Adrian?
came back yet?
Yeah,
I'm
paying attention to who's coming in and out. That's how I knew Star joined. I'm going to throw a tomato back at your head. What's up, Adrian?
Yeah, go
on. I ain't worried about Star. I'm going to throw some banana peels at Star when she over in Ladybug fly so she can slip on them.
She don't eat bananas.
That's the perfect reason. I ain't worried about you either, Star. I throw some banana peels and some rotten apples. So now Dubb needs some damn tomato thrown at him because you corrected him saying you do eat bananas.
I'm not the one talking mess to her. You are.
You started it.
I'm over here.
Doing
I'm over here looking at what Dadrian said. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Greg.
Appreciate you.
Dadrian, are you going to just be doing live reaction, or are you actually going to be showing the show? If you're still in here.
We still in here.
Yeah, can you guys remind me to get the links and stuff like that so we can send it over to the Discord?
Okay.
So then that way, once we get the Discord, I mean, we could do a test pilot on Discord to see how the links will work as far as watching the PLEs and stuff like that. We could do a test one tomorrow. We don't have to have nobody in there. It could just be us.
Yeah.
We could just
I'm still looking into it. I haven't gotten to that tutorial, so I'll have it before AEW goes live tomorrow. Even though I don't think I definitely probably won't be ordering before they go live because I mean 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll still be at work at that time when it goes on, when it starts. Because you saying also All In starts at 3 o'clock?
The countdown show does.
Okay.
Countdown show starts at 3. So did you by any chance see Ball Bros photos over on Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah, I said that he was with Mark Briscoe, and then the other one he was with Ricochet. I seen it. Yeah, it's dope.
Oh no, Brody King put him in the sleeper hole.
Yeah, I seen the Brody King one too. It was Brody King and what's his name? Julia Hart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stars, you way off. I have not been a Goldberg fan since he was in WCW. Once he left to come over to WWE, I wasn't really a true fan of him anymore. I felt like he was a watered down version of himself by then.
Hey, 13, thanks for telling me that. I was wondering if who was going to be showing that since Chris is in Dallas. I should go down there, man. It's only a 3-hour drive for me.
Okay. Yeah, but that's only because I have New England heritage in me. That's the only reason why I'm a Cena fan. But I do love Cody Raheem Rose.
Don't nobody care about no damn John Cena. Now you on?
Oh my bad, Cody Raheem Ronald Rose. That's his full name.
Yeah, 13. Like, I would go down there, but then I'd have to leave these 3 kids with my wife, so that wouldn't work.
Him with his head thrown on the guillotine.
That wouldn't work out well.
He'll want to come home with the guillotine on, sharpened up, and the wife ready to put his head on there and chop it up.
It just wouldn't work out well. It wouldn't work. It would work out well for me, but it wouldn't work out well for them kids.
Oh, never mind. Oh, you know what? She would do a Bernie Mac. I can see your wife doing a Bernie Mac move.
Hit him with a hammer?
Nah, remember the episode where he had him out in the hallway, all standing up facing the wall?
Mm-hmm.
And he ate all the food, drank all the juice, made in front of him, made him suffer.
It would work. It would work out well for me temporarily. Mm-hmm.
And not I almost forgot. So and I'll let y'all know the details off camera in the group chat. So I got some mock shirts that's getting ready to be done for ring ropes and turnbuckle. Mock shirts, different designs and stuff like that. I have a co-worker who does screen presses as far as shirts. So I gave her the logos and stuff like that, and she's working on some samples. So I'll give you all the details once
I'll send you my address too. I'll send you my address, so once you have it done, you can have it shipped to me.
Yeah, like I'll let y'all know the details if there's going to be any cost or whatever. But I don't think it's going to be nothing. But if it is, I'll let you know. But yeah, because I wanted to see what exactly everything is going to look like, so then that way when we get everything else established and hooked to the YouTube channel, when we selling merch and all that stuff, then we already like have an idea of what this stuff will look like and have it available.
Ain't nothing free for you, Star. You got to pay for everything.
Yeah. So I did do an AI with my people as far as on the hoodie, what it would look like.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing: if we do the press print, which is basically like a payment, it looks good. It actually looks good. But if we do it embroidered, that's going to be very interesting based on the colorways of the layout and this white background we're using. It's gonna be very interesting to get the coloring down correct with the embroidery.
Well, I mean, honestly speaking, if that's the case, if we do it embroidered, right, it don't have to be this exact logo. It could be the other pictures that we got too. It could be one of those, so it could be easier.
Okay. Hey, and if you have her information, send it over to me, and I'll look into it and get a message sent out.
I think I have it from her Instagram page. So if I can find it again, I'll put it in the group chat.
Yeah, she does need to eat some banana pudding. She needs to eat some more soul food, because remember, she said she don't eat soul food either. She can come down here to the South and we can show her.
We got to revoke her. We got to revoke her people's of color card then.
Well, she live in Chicago. They different up there.
No, they're not.
They different up there, and they like
no,
their
they
pizza.
not.
They deep dish pizza.
I do too. And DC ain't known for deep dish pizza. I eat Detroit, Chicago style.
Them Chicago style. Them Chicago style glizzies.
Oh no, I don't do that glizzy. I don't do that glizzy. I don't do that. Nope.
Hey yo, what did y'all think of the last trailer I did for
like
what's
that.
his face?
Mr. Broner? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope.
Okay.
The only thing I needed to have a trailer with our next major indie star, a ticking time bomb or a countdown bomb.
Okay, I gotta look for it. See if I can find a template for that. But I think I could find it. If they don't have the template on CapCut, or if they don't have it on if I don't have it on my computer, because I do got programs on my computer. So if I don't have it on either one of those, I could probably get one created.
Okay.
And then put it together. So.
Well, I know ChatGPT